The GEON E61 mapping system automatically creates various file formats for any mission that is flown with it. So let's go through all of those. First we have just a picture that is an overview of the whole mission and what it found, so you can quickly reference which mission it was. It looks like this, so it shows the area that has been scanned and all the targets it found. So this specific mission was a test mission over ground with a lot of objects inside the ground, as you can see. Then the most important file would be the KML file that is outputted for every mission. It is automatically fully processed. It shows only the targets, their position, and the various other information. So let's have a look at this one. If you load it in Google Earth, it looks like this. So by default you can see all the targets it found, their strength or size, the area that has been mapped, how much overlap there was between the lanes. You can see this by the darker blue color. Yeah, and you can also change the appearance, so you can show and remove the targets, show and remove the coverage, and you can switch to an overlay view that shows the targets in a different way. The same file can also be opened in other geophysical software, for example ArcGIS. Let's have a look. This is how the information is displayed in ArcGIS, so you can see the flight path of the drone, and you can see the targets and their size. You can also change the appearance in ArcGIS. You can show and remove the targets. You can show the flight path or remove it. And you can also use the same overlay view. In ArcGIS you have to use the overlay to see the coverage of the mission, as it's not shown in the other view, but apart from that it's basically the same as in Google Earth. The other file that shows target information is a CSV file, so it's a table. If you open it, this is what we get. You get the position of all targets it found, the strength or size of each target, and then we get more detailed information about the target, the different channels of the detector. This file can also be opened in ArcGIS and shown on a map, for example, if that's what you want to do. So let's go over to ArcGIS, and this is the imported file, so you can have all those coins imported into ArcGIS, and you can have information about them. So again, get the position, the peak or size, and the different channels if you need more detailed information. The next file is an XYZ file. What this is it shows the complete data set that has been created, the full map, as scattered data points. So each data point is located and the signal strength or data from the detector is added to this data point. So let's open this file. I use QuikGrid for this. It can also be opened in other geophysical software, but that's the full heat map basically of the area that has been mapped. And you can change the view. For example, if you only want to see larger items, you can only show larger items. Do it like this. So now it hides the very small ones. And you can change this even further if you want to show very large items, depending on what you're trying to do. Now it only shows large items. You can also show each individual data point. So now you see all the data points that have been created. In QuikGrid you can also view more information about each data point. If you right click on one of the locations, you also get information about the data. So you get the position of the data point, the size of the or strength of the object it found, and also the different channels. The next file would be an NMEA file. What this one does is it just saves the flight path of the drone. So if you need it for any reason, you can load it. For example, here we show it on a map, it just shows the flight path during the mission. Then we have a file called alt, which is for altitude. So for each data point the system creates the exact sensor. Altitude over ground has also been recorded, it can be found in this file. Normally it's not needed, but if you need it for any reason, all the data is here. If you want to go in very detailed mode, you have the raw data basically created by the detector, the ArcGIS file. It can also be loaded into different software applications. In this case we load it in .61. So this is over time the raw data recorded in different channels. Normally you don't need to work with this because the system processes this data into all the other formats, which are much easier to work with and can be directly used in other more advanced geophysical software. And last we have a log file which shows the information about the mission that you would also have seen on your control screen during the mission. So it just gives information about what the drone is doing and how the process is going and so on. So that's a quick overview of all the different data formats the system can create. And as you can see, it is very easy to work with the data. It's already processed by the system automatically into very easy to use formats that directly show you the targets it found and information about those targets.